presentation of Fox Sports.
Another beautiful night for baseball at Target Field. Game 2 between the Rays and the Minnesota Twins. Twins hoping to pick up a win and at least maintain a one-game lead over Detroit in their division. And Tampa Bay right in the heels of both the Red Sox and the Yankees in their division. And welcome to Target Field. Hot and muggy night, beautiful night for baseball. He's Bert Blylev and I'm Dick Bramer. Glad that you're with us. And glad that Delmon Young is developing into one of the more potent right-handed hitters in the American League.
Well, I'll tell you what, about 6 years ago, Delmon Young was a #1 pick for the Tampa Bay Rays. Well, he got traded over here, and he has just starting to mature. And I think we've seen this young 24-year-old that's in his 5th year at the major league level really develop. Got a big hit last night, then throwing out Matt Joyce at home plate, and then the home run that tied the game at 3 apiece, even though the Twins lost. Delmon Young had another great night at the plate.
And Delmon Young in his development as a Twin, 69 runs batted in his first year, and he may eclipse that here very shortly. Off to a great start and on a pace to drive in more than 100 runs this year. Tough challenge for Delmon Young and all the Twins hitters because one of the league's best pitchers is their mound opponent.
Boy, David Price in his first full season with the Rays is off to an outstanding start, leading the American League with the 11 wins. The 2.44 earned run average, that's best in the American League. A left-hander that will come right at you. Very good fastball. He will throw a good curveball, a slider, and occasional changeup, but nothing fooling about this guy. He is one tough cookie.
And Scott Baker has been a tougher cookie at home than on the road, and so that is a plus for Baker and the Twins as they hope to even this series at a game apiece.
Your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
What a beautiful 4th of July weekend, and we've got outdoor baseball here in downtown Minneapolis. It's the Twins and the Tampa Bay Rays from Target Field. Welcome to Twins Baseball on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Smikowski. Tonight we hope the Minnesota Twins create some fireworks on the field against the Tampa Bay Rays. And after the game, you're going to be able to watch some fireworks exclusively at foxsportsnorth.com. That's the launching pad right there that the Twins will use to shoot off their fireworks. And hopefully there'll be a launching pad at home plate with the Twins at the bat. And also a launching pad right there on foxsportsnorth.com. You can watch the entire show live from Target Field on our website, again, foxsportsnorth.com. Earlier today in Minneapolis, Twins first baseman Justin Morneau, Orlando Hudson, Kevin Slowey, and Drew Butera, and T.C. Bear went to visit kids at the Children's Hospital in Minneapolis. For an exclusive look at all this video, go to foxsportsnorth.com, where we've posted video from a very memorable visit from Morneau, Slowey, Hudson, Drew Butera, and also T.C. Bear. When we come back, Scott Baker takes to the mound for the Minnesota Twins in search of the Twins' first victory against the Tampa Bay Rays here in 2010. Dick Kramer, Bert Lylevin next with First Pitch.
Plenty of drama was on display as two of the AL's top teams went toe-to-toe in extra innings. It should be a repeat performance tonight in round two between the Rays and the Twins. Next. And the Twins taking the field with the special caps on this very most patriotic weekend of our calendar. On the 4th of July Independence Day weekend, the Twins wearing special caps tonight. And the Menards batting order for the Tampa Bay Rays, who also will be wearing special caps. Ben Zoper is leading off. Carl Crawford might be a starting all-star for the Rays. Great night last night. Evan Longoria, Willie Ibar, Matt Joyce, Kelly Shoppett, Carlos Pena dropping down to 7th. Then Sean Rodriguez and Reed Brignac.
And the Dodge Ram scouting report on Scott Baker making his 17th start, his 4th career start against the Tampa Bay Rays. What the Twins would like to have is a quality start. So Scott Baker only 7 quality starts in his first 16 starts. And he's enjoyed pitching here at Target Field. 8 starts, he's 5-2 with a 3.55 earned run average. Why does he like pitching here? Fly ball pitcher. This has been a pitcher's paradise so far if you can make him hit it in the gap. So, and Baker gives up a lot of fly balls.
Twins out in the field. Delman Young, Denard Span, Michael Kadire hoping to catch some of those fly balls. Valencia getting the start at third base. Gunto and Hudson up the middle. Morneau at first. Mauer behind the plate. Danny Valencia called up from Rochester, was playing on a regular basis on the road trip, but then when the Twins decided to bring Michael Kadire in from right field to play third base, Valencia has been not much more than a spectator lately.
Well, he's been taking a lot of extra batting practice, working with Joe Vavra on just his stroke, and hopefully, you know, that time off and some added work. Hopefully he'll have some very good at-bats here tonight.
Twins had a tough time dealing with Zobrist and Crawford in the 2 first positions of the batting order for the Rays last night.
You know what I want to see right off the get-go? Jeff Nelson behind the plate. I want to see a little bit better strike zone tonight. I think both sides were complaining about the strike zone last night, the inconsistency of that strike zone.
Time of game, 10 innings, albeit, but it was 3 hours and 49 minutes.
Right.
There's Tim Cheetah, who now has third base. He had the plate last night. 1-0 to Zobrist. And a strike.
Well, Zobrist, he's been red hot, especially on the road. 23 consecutive road games he has hit safely in. And on the road this year so far, he's hitting .340.
Hard one hopper. Hudson has it. And Zobrist retired 1 away. In a sense, it was a little surprising that the game finished 5-4 in 10 innings. We'll tell you that the Twins baseball is brought to you in Sony High Definition tonight. But when you think that the Rays scored 5 runs in 10 innings, Zobrist reached base 4 times, Crawford reached base 4 times, and yet Carl Pavano in the bullpen they were able to keep the Rays to just 5 runs scored. Usually when your first 2 guys are on that much, middle of the lineup hitters are going to drive in more than 5. There's a strike in the outside corner.
Well, you mentioned this man right here. This is a guy you want to keep off the bases. Hitting .317 thanks to 4 hits in last night's ball game. 29 stolen bases.
1-1.
And for Scott Baker here tonight, it's important for Baker to change speeds. Get that breaking ball down. Concentrate on keeping that fastball down in the strike zone, and then off-speed pitches. That a changeup right there that Crawford hit foul.
After Baker's 2 starts on the road trip, I think everyone would feel a whole lot better about things if Baker just took control of the game and dominated the Rays and showed everyone the type of pitcher that Ron Gardenhire and Rick Anderson think he can be.
Yeah, he really needs to stay off the plate a little bit. Needs to move some feet once in a while.
Little fly ball to left field, and Delman Young has it hit by him. It'll be an extra base hit for Crawford. And Young closing in on the ball and then reached for it. It wasn't there, and Crawford's at second with a double.
I can imagine that's probably the hardest play for an outfielder. We saw Jason Kubel make a great play last night, come running in, and right here, Delman Young, that ball slicing away from him. And then he decides, okay, do I stay back or do I go after it? He decided to go after it, and once that ball got by him right there, luckily it hit the wall right there and stayed close by because it's only a double for Crawford. That ball gets into the corner, that's probably a triple.
It was Crawford who got the 2-out, 2-strike base hit in the 9th. That set up Longoria for an RBI double. Rays tied it in the 9th, won it in the 10th.
Well, it's not a bad play right there by Orlando Hudson. Just letting you know that, let Crawford know that Baker can have that spin around move, even though you do not have to throw.
And Longoria takes ball 1. Got a shot of him wearing sunglasses here in his first at bat tonight. Last night in the first inning, he struck out and whispered something to the next hitter, Carlos Pena, I think about the batter's eye, and now he's got sunglasses on to try to diffuse the brightness.
Yeah, I asked about that, and the Rays batters and the Twins batters, had a tough time seeing last night. where that sun is sitting right there in that batter's eye. Hard to pick up the ball, they said. See the brightness of that batter's eye, and then also up above the sign, the Twins sign. Some as the sun sets, it kind of throws off a little bit of a glow.
Now, in about 8-10 years, the pine trees out there will give a darker color with the sun shining on them, but they just obviously were planted a few months ago. 2-1.
I always thought that batter's eye should be white. I don't even know why they painted green. Should be the color of the baseball.
That's to the left field corner. And it'll be another extra base hit. And Longoria going to second. And the Rays get a pair of doubles to score a run here in the first inning.
Well, Longoria now 5 for 6 lifetime against Scott Baker. And there's that comfort zone that we have seen with a lot of hitters that Baker faces. This is a high fastball, and almost like that pitch that he hit the double off of John Roush last night. That ball a little bit higher, but he hit it almost in the same spot.
So almost a ground rule double. It stayed in play, and Longoria driving in his 55th run of the year. Here's the Tampa Bay designated hitter, Willie Ibar. One and 0.
Ibar got the game-winning hit in last night in the 10th inning.
Drifts outside, 2-0.
Well, Baker coming off a start against the Mets where he worked only 4 1/3 innings. He gave up 11 hits and 6 runs.
In his last 2 starts, 10 1/3 innings, 20 hits allowed, and 11 earned runs, 4 home runs. 2-0 to Ibar. And a fastball, 2-1.
Well, Twins ended up getting shut out in that ball game, 6-0.
Baker, the only Twin starter with a losing record, hoping to even his season mark at 7-7 tonight. Flips the corner to even the count, 2-2.
Yeah, that breaking ball, even though it was up, it's kind of a fastball situation. Get me over breaking ball, and it evens the count.
Doesn't have much break to it, though. It's not a big, long breaking ball.
That's why he has to keep it down. Remember the outing, he struck out 12. So, you know, he really kept that breaking ball down very well, outer half of the plate. That against the Colorado Rockies 3 starts ago.
Month of June, not a good one for Baker. 1 win, the win over Colorado, 3 losses, and an ERA of over 6. First out came easily. A pair of doubles, and now a long battle with Ibar. A grounder foul.
Well, Baker making his 4th career start against the Rays. He made 2 starts last year against them, lost both ball games. Worked a total of 11 2/3 innings, gave up 8 earned runs. 1 win, 2 losses in his career in his first 3 starts. He actually made his major league debut against the Rays in relief back in 2005. Pitched 1 scoreless inning of relief of Kyle Loesch and Twins 8-1 victory.
Another 2-2. And another foul ball. So Ibar putting on a pretty big battle here. He's the cleanup hitter tonight. Last night it was Carlos Pena. Pena went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and never got a ball out of the infield.
And we see this a lot, Dick, from Scott Baker. A lot of foul balls off of Baker. Why? Because he does pitch up in the zone. He's got that little bit of giddy up, but it's a pitch that doesn't have a lot of movement. So the hitters are right on it, but then a lot of times he'll just foul it straight back.
And that hit him. So first base is filled. Ibar ends up going to first. And there are 2 men aboard now for Matt Joyce.
Well, it looked like Joe Mauer was sitting inside, and this breaking ball right there getting the right foot of Ibar. On the back foot. So Baker hitting a batter, his second hit batsman of the year.
Well, you want pitchers to make the hitters move their feet, and that time Ibar only moved one of them.
Well, I know. He's got to move the other one, too. I used to hit a lot of guys just like that on my curveball, you know, where you try to drop it right on the other side of home plate, and it broke a little bit too big. And I remember one time I threw a lollipop to George Brett and I hit him in the foot, and he ran down to first. I didn't even hurt you. He didn't even, like, limp down. I said, get back to home. Of course, he laughed at me.
Here's Joyce. And there is strike 1. So you think you got to change the rule. Unless you inflict pain,
yes,
the batter should not get first base.
Right. Or blood.
He's not bleeding out of his ears. Send him back to the plate. 1 strike to Matt Joyce. And Baker's already thrown 21 pitches. And he only has the 1 out so far.
Yeah, Matt Joyce grew up in the Tampa Bay area, coming over from the Detroit Tigers over the winter of 2008. Started the season on a disabled list, had left shoulder strain. They activated him and then optioned down to AAA, just getting called back up about a week ago.
And Baker comes inside and hits the corner. Last night it was the Twins scoring a pair of runs in the second inning for the first runs of the game. And here tonight the Rays quickly out in front 1-0.
Yeah, talking to Joe Madden about Matt Joyce, you know, he's a guy that they want him to get some at bats to see what he can do. 25 years old. He's got some good power in the minor leagues, but takes a strike 3 right there. And Baker picking up a big strikeout, his first strikeout of the ball game.
Well, the last 2 pitches, the best pitches of this inning, he got the inside corner and then clipped the outside corner.
You see Joe Mauer sitting away and he hit the glove. One thing about Baker, he's got excellent control. 19 walks in 96 innings coming into this ball game.
Can you have too good a control in terms of walks? Because he really was pummeled in his last 2 starts, and he didn't walk anybody. And you think, well, that's a good thing, but you wonder if he might not have been better off being effectively wild.
Yeah, you can almost have too good a control. And I think, you know, the Twins pitching staff has a reputation of not walking a lot of guys. The fewest walks in all of baseball. But when you say, okay, I'm 3-1, I'm going to, you know, I don't want to walk them because that's not the way we were taught. I'm going to throw it down the middle of the plate, and boom, you get hit. So sometimes walks are good.
1-0 to Shopping. Swing and a foul. Shopping coming back tonight with a lot of stirrup sop showing. And he was in the middle of the controversial play at third base when Michael Kadire tagged him out, but he was ruled safe.
Yeah, rumors were that Ron Gardenhire went out and said he should be out anyway for wearing socks like that.
Alfonso Marquez was the third base umpire, and tonight he's at second base. 1-1 to Shopping. Popped up right side. And Hudson on the outfield grass ends the inning. A pair of doubles for the Rays. They get the game's first run against Scott Baker. A top winner on the mound, David Price. Here's the lineup he'll face. Brought to you by Menards. Menards Span enjoying his first season at Target Field. Then Orlando Hudson, Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Michael Kadire, Jason Kubel, Delman Young, Danny Valencia, and Nick Punto.
And the Chief Scouting report on David Price: 11 wins, 3 losses, 2.44 earned run average. That's the most wins in the American League and the best earned run average. And this guy, I mean, has a couple good starts. He could be the starting pitcher in the All-Star game. Well, really only in his first full season with the Rays. Came up a couple years ago, late in September, or took part of the postseason play for the Rays when they went to the World Series. Last year started in AAA, got called up, ended up winning 10 ball games, but off to a great start this year.
Span, Hudson, and Mauer to face Price.
He's a left-hander at 6'6", 225. That can get that ball in the upper 90s.
That at 95, but up and in, ball 1.
Price just 24 years old. The Rays' #1 pick back in 2007 out of Vanderbilt University, out of Nashville, Tennessee.
You know, the Rays, as it turned out, kind of did the same thing that the Angels did with Frankie Rodriguez 6 years before. White Sox kind of did it with Bobby Jenks. Had a relief pitcher come up late in the season who just was lights out for the end of the regular season. In Price's case, during the ALCS, he was just about unhittable.
Well, nobody had seen him. He throws, in the mid-90s. He's got very good slider, very good curveball. Now he has walked 39 batters now in 99 2/3 innings.
Balls 3 and 4 didn't look like they missed by much. Here's the Rays defense, brought to you by Northland Ford. A very speedy outfield, particularly in left. Longoria, Brignac, Rodriguez, and Pena wrapped around the infield, and Shopik doing the catch.
Hey, Ron Coomer, the Twins have only seen Price one time, and that was last year when he faced Johan Santana. He won that ball game 5-2. Again, a pitcher that the Twins don't have a lot of history against.
They don't have a lot of history, and also with a guy with this kind of talent, you just don't see that many guys with the kind of ability Price has, as you guys just talked about. I would anticipate a lot of the Twins hitters today, early in this ball game, like we're doing right now, take a lot of pitches, see what he's got. The hitting background, as you guys have already talked about, is a little rough right now. The other thing about Price that I'm watching him throw so far, he kind of jumps at you, kind of like a Pedro where he drop and drive. And it looks like to me for the left-handers, he's going to hide the ball pretty well from them too today.
But he needs to throw it over the plate, and so far tonight he hasn't.
Yeah, opponents hitting just 225 off of Price. Now he's given up 26 Major League home runs. He's only given up 1 home run to a left-handed hitter, and that was Chase Utley last year. He's given up 8 home runs this year. Left-handers are hitting only 207. Right-handers are hitting 235.
Bert, if you were down here right now, you'd see Price is really, I don't know if he's a little overpumped. We've all seen the young guys at times get a little excited, but he's really jumping out there, and that's why his arms behind him. He's really flying out there. So it wouldn't surprise me if we take a few more pitches off.
Well, this is the importance of the catcher going out there just to try to settle him down. I don't think Shopik's going to move much. He's going to sit right down the middle of the plate right here. Make him throw a strike, and there it is. That's where catchers can help you too, Dick. When you go out there and you're all over the place, hey, I'm just going to sit right down in the middle of the plate, find that strike, and then once you can do that, then we'll start moving left or right.
2-1 to Hudson. Hudson with a healthy rip and a foul, 2-2.
See, Price is one of those pitchers, and there aren't too many of them. Cliff Lee can do it, left-handed pitchers that could just rear back and just challenge you, because especially early on, they got that little extra giddy up on it, but it's not your 91, 92 mile an hour fastball. It's a 95 to 97 mile an hour fastball.
And you talk about moving someone's feet. He's already thrown a couple balls up and in. He threw one to Span. He's one of those guys. He's not a very comfortable at bat, is what you would say when you stand in that box.
It's not like when you face Catfish Hunter and you went 0 for 4 and you said, no, that's a comfortable 0 for 4.
Tim Wakefield was one for me. I could catch it and throw it back to him and it wouldn't bother me.
Span with a good lead at first. Hudson flips a foul. Rays have recently had some very good pitchers. They have not had a 20-game winner. For that matter, they haven't had a 15-game winner. The franchise record for wins in a season is 14, and Price might come close to that by the All-Star break. 2-2 to Hudson. Just missed the inside corner, and it's a full count. And we'll see if the Twins send Span.
Joe Madden just watching right here as his left-hander just having trouble throwing strikes right now.
Span walked on 4 pitches. And now Hudson walks on 6. So in Price's last start, a career-tying 11 strikeouts against just 1 walk, and he has walked the first 2 batters here tonight.
Yeah, that against the Arizona Diamondbacks. He ended up winning that ball game 5-3.
So Price goes for a little stroll, had a little visit with Pena. And the Twins have the tying run in scoring position without having put a ball in play. Mauer in the game last night, 1 for 5. A double that started the 8th inning. And it looked like that double would eventually lead to a run, the game-winning run, but then the Rays came back in the bottom of the 9th.
Mauer faced Price last year. He was 2 for 3 against David Price. Well, the last pitcher, Price's age or younger to be leading the American League in both categories, wins and ERA, was Scott Erickson back in 1991. And that was the year that Scott Erickson, Twins won the World Series. Of course, Erickson won 20 ball games.
And like Price was talked about as the starting pitcher for the All-Star team, but then he had an elbow issue, and Jack Morris made the start representing the Twins and Scott Erickson in the All-Star game in 1991. 1 strike to Mauer. Breaking ball. It's the front edge of the plate, and it's 2 strikes.
That's the old equalizer right there. They told me that Jim Hickey told me he doesn't really use a lot of changeups, but he'll use this curveball right here as almost an off-speed pitch. And that's still at 80 miles an hour. But when you have a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball and you're able to get that curveball over, it does become like a changeup.
Mauer in a tough spot here with the Twins threatening to do some damage. And Mauer lifts it foul out of play. Mauer with the double in the 8th. He also had 2 line drives hauled in on the edge of the track by Carl Crawford. Morneau hoping for a chance to do further damage in the Twins first. Long look in to Shopik, and now Price is ready. 1-2. As effective as he's been, he at times has struggled with his control. He's run up typically very high pitch counts early. Talked about his last start against Arizona. He had a start against Atlanta. 5 innings and 113 pitches. Got the win, but that was a lot of pitches to throw in 5 innings.
And you see that a lot really from young kids that, you know, can throw the heck out of the ball.
Mauer, a foul tip, is struck out, 1 away.
Yeah, that at 98 miles an hour clocked here at Target Field. Was just rearing back and challenging Joe Mauer, and he gets a strikeout.
Lincoln Mercury key stat, the Rays have a great record on the road because their starters have pitched well on the road.
Yeah, the Rays are 26-13 on the road. That's the best in all of baseball for a team on the road, and that's the reason why. The starting staff, that has been basically just like the Twins, other than Blackburn missing, you know, that 1 start for a family emergency. They haven't used a 6th starter. They haven't used somebody else.
Inside, nearly hit Morneau. Ball 1.
See, that's the uncomfortness that I was talking to Ron Coomer about. You know, you go up there and you're looking for maybe for a pitch, and all of a sudden, boom, fastball hard inside.
So you don't think he misfired? You think he delivered that pitch where he wanted
Well,
to?
no, I just think he's just trying to overthrow right now.
And a swing and a miss at 98, 1-1.
40 walks in 100 innings pitch tells you that, you know, he's going to be around the plate, but he can get wild at times. And, you know, even though when he throws that hard, the control isn't to where he walks 2 or 3 for 9 innings. He'll walk sometimes 4 or 5 per 9 innings. But he's also capable of striking out, you know, 8, 9, 10 guys. You want to take advantage of getting the price early.
Let's flip foul, 1-2. This will be his 20th pitch.
Yeah, I think of the 20 pitches or 19 pitches, I think one was a curveball. That was to Joe Mauer. Everything else has been fastball.
One and 2 to Justin Morneau. 2-2. 99 miles per hour.
This is where, as a pitcher, you want to put that batter away. You don't want to go 3-2.
Checked his swing, and it's a full count.
Now the manager, Ron Gardenhire, has the option right here. Good speed on the base paths. The table setters are on with Span and Hudson.
Kadire on deck. Full count to Morneau. Runners stay put, and Morneau lifts it back our way. Well, the Rays got their run on a pair of doubles. Twins trying to answer back. So far, all they've been able to muster is a couple of walks. Pitch number 23 for Price. Morneau on a ground ball to second. Rodriguez to Brignac over to Pena. And the only ball put in play in the inning is a double play and gets Price out of the jam.
by Bob Bardwell behind home plate. His 3 triplet daughters and the older daughter. This guy does a lot. And Bert and Dick, he won the People All-Stars Among Us campaign on behalf of the Twins. He's going to Anaheim in a couple weeks to represent the Minnesota Twins. Bob, what does it mean to you to take part in this in Anaheim?
It's a terrific honor, Robbie, to, I'd say, represent the thousands of All-Stars all across Minnesota who are, I call it, sharing from the heart and making a difference in their communities. Especially the 2 gals that I was up against. They just happened to get the most votes. So my thumbs up to all those in Minnesota who are giving and working hard.
You're an inspiration for all people in wheelchairs, Bob. And get this, you ran over wheelchair marathons. You've done 100 of them. Why?
Well, I guess that was my goal. Set a goal out to keep on. I like to finish things in life. Now I just have a little mission that says, if God's in your dream, no request is too extreme. And I have big dreams, and some of them happen, Robbie. So it was great to finish them.
Well, Bob, congratulations to you. We hope you enjoy your time out there in Anaheim on behalf of the Twins in Major League Baseball.
Thank you.
All right, Dick and Bert, what an inspiration this guy is. He's an entertaining character. He said, hey, you think life is tough being in a wheelchair? Try raising 4 daughters.
Well, thank you, Robbie. Bob's answers to Robbie's questions are pretty good snapshot as to why he won the award. What a great attitude.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Bob.
2-1 to Carlos Pena, leading off the second against Scott Baker. Both starting pitchers would like to have an easier time of it in the second inning. It'll be Pena, Rodriguez, and Brignac here in the second.
Yeah, Pena dropped in the batting order by Joe Madden, mainly because he was 1 for 9 lifetime against Scott Baker. Now make it 1 for 10. Madden likes to do that. He really doesn't have a set lineup. He will try to get everybody in the ball game, and he'll always fool around with that lineup.
1 down, and Sean Rodriguez will hit.
There's Joe Madden in his 5th season as the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays. A couple years ago, the American League Manager of the Year in 2008.
Drive to the gap in right center field. Span backhands it, fires it back in. Rodriguez to second, and he's in with a double. 3rd double of the game for the Rays. And it comes with 1 out in the second.
Well, Rodriguez, coming over from the Angel organization, had a great spring, and he's kind of carried that into the season. A guy that can play a lot of different positions. He's got a high fastball and found that gap in right center. Span does a great job of cutting this ball off. And what looks like an easy double becomes a very hard double right there for Rodriguez.
Here's Brignac. Brignac with the leadoff hit in the 10th. And later scoring the winning run in the game last night. Jason Bartlett struggling this year for the Rays offensively. So he gets tonight off. Likely be back in the lineup tomorrow afternoon. Over for strike 1.
Yeah, Bartlett bothered a little bit by a right hamstring strain, and there he is right there. Last year made the All-Star team, hit .320 for the Rays. 14 home runs, drove in 66 runs, but it's been a completely different story for Bartlett so far this year.
And fouled back. 2 strikes.
Brignac, just 24 years old in his 3rd season with the Rays.
Two strikes to the number 9 hit. 1 and 2.
You see Baker right there, not really following through, almost standing straight up. He's always been a pitcher that really doesn't bring that right side through aggressively. Just always kind of sometimes almost looks like, a bird out there on one leg after he lets that ball go.
Two and 2. Rays have a young, athletic team. And ultimately, the youth that they have, the health that they hope to have because of their youth might make the difference. Red Sox are really getting beaten up with injuries now. Yankees have a older club. Brignac strikes out for out number 2.
A fastball right there, and Baker picking up his second strikeout.
For the Red Sox, Veritek, Pedroia, Del Carmen, Beckett, Drew, all banged up right now. You can visit Buchholz. You can visit the official online shop of the Twins at twinsbaseball.com and browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the twinsbaseball.com shop, and accept no substitutes. Back to the top of the order in Ben Zobrist. One of the great things about our view here is we get to look at all the different Twins gear that the fans are wearing in front of us. Used to be you'd see a cap, a t-shirt, or a jersey, but there are infinite numbers of a variety of Twins gear you can wear.
All the different apparel, yep.
Up and in, 1-1. Just in that one shot there, look at that. You've got the new road jersey, Twins t-shirt, a green cap. There's the hats that the players are wearing. 2 different designs there, different models of Twins caps. And almost everything you see being worn now has the TC on it. You don't see much of the M anymore. Twins, there's the M. Thank you. It's still around. 1-2 with Baker trying to strand another runner in scoring position. They got a 3-for-1 deal on that on their hands. What's up? And Baker gets another strikeout. Mauer throws to Morneau. The Rays get another double, but Rodriguez left at second. It's still 1-0. Featuring the historic Landmark Center in Rice Park in downtown St. Paul. It's the Landmark Center overlooking Rice Park and the beautiful fountain next to the Ordway Center and the St. Paul Hotel. You can visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation tonight.
There's Frankie. He said he was going to maybe come up to the booth a little bit later. Frank Viola in the crowd here tonight. In for a little family reunion for his wife, Kathy.
And his I saw yesterday his son, Frankie, just signed with the St. Paul Saints.
Yep. Yeah, he pitched an inning yesterday, a shutout inning.
Wow. Frankie, the third, is right-handed, isn't it? I believe.
Yes.
Cuddyer on the first pitch grounds it to short. Brignac fires across to Pena. Cuddyer is quickly retired.
Well, 23 pitches in that first inning for David Price, only 11 strikes. He comes out and challenges Cuddyer right there, and he jumps on that first pitch to get the ground ball out.
That'll bring up Jason Kubel. Tigers have jumped out on the Mariners 5-1, bottom of the 6th. White Sox and Rangers are delayed by rain down in Arlington.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers made a trade with the San Francisco Giants. They got Benji Molina now on their ball club.
Fly ball to center. And Zobrist fighting the sun, I think, a little bit out there. Maybe the wind, too. Pretty hefty breeze blowing from the right field foul pole to the left field pole. 2 down.
Well, Molina going from the Giants over to the Rangers for right-handed pitcher Chris Ray. See Crawford out there. Excuse me, Zobrist out there.
Here's Delvin Young. So far, Price has gotten a couple outs on just 3 pitches here this inning. Breaking ball over for a strike. How about the Arizona Diamondbacks cleaning house? At least the manager and general manager are gone. And you might expect a fire sale with the Diamondback roster here.
How about who's going to take over as interim manager? Kirk Gibson.
It's nice to know that calming presence will be.
Well, maybe that's what they need. Maybe A.J. Hinch was maybe a little bit too nice, and now they bring in Kirk Gibson, who was the bench coach. He'll be taken over.
That's strike 3, and the ball rolls toward the Twins dugout, and it's a quick inning for Price as he struggles through the first and breezes through the second.
Best stories start here. By Lincoln Mercury. Visit your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or go to experiencelm.com. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Scott Baker delivers the first pitch to Carl Crawford. Crawford doubled down the left field line. Didn't hit it well at all, and Delvin Young nearly made a catch. But then another double by Longoria followed, and the Rays got their run. There's a strike. And so Crawford has now picked up 5 hits in 7 at-bats in this series. And in all the pre-series meetings, the subject was brought up, let's try to make sure we keep this guy off the bases, and the Twins have not done a very good job of it.
No, they have not, because you know what? I mean, this Tampa Bay Ray club, they like to run more than any other team in baseball. They have 98 stolen bases, and that man right there has 29 of the 98. So there's, that's like, maybe 1/3. So there's other guys in the lineup that can flat out fly. Crawford just taking that ball the other way, gets his second hit, the 4th for the Rays.
We'll see if Baker can retire Longoria this time with the speedy Crawford threatening to steal second base. I don't know anything about hitting, of course, but I'm just looking at Longoria, who's standing in the middle of the box and with a slightly open stance. And Ron Gardenhire mentioned last night that the pitch from John Roush that Longoria clubbed for a double, they don't want to pitch him on the inside corner. In off the plate, yes, but not delivering fastballs over the inside corner. And as you said, that's kind of what Baker did in his first at bat. It's almost like Longoria's asking you to throw it in there over the plate, right into his wheelhouse.
Well, you know what? I don't know. It just, when I look at a hitter like Longoria, where he's standing in the box, he looks so comfortable. The hip's already open a little bit. Almost like Michael Kadire. They just want to drive that ball. You see, he opens up a little bit more. Show me you can hit that ball away.
Well, he just hit that ball away.
Yeah, but it's a fly ball out.
And Kadire rather is able to catch it. Ron Coomer, I don't know what it is about Longoria's stance, but it just seems like he's inviting you to throw it right where he wants it.
Dick, you're right on with that. What hitters will do at times, and Longoria and Michael Kadire both fit this description, is they're set up in the box close enough to home plate where they can cover almost 2/3 of the plate and still hit the ball where and how they want to. And if you want to come in off the plate like the pitch last night that got hit, like you were talking about, he can still cover that ball in off the plate, maybe a couple inches. He's just setting up in the box for his strength, and that's what he's doing.
Ground ball to short. Flip to second. Throw to first. Twins get a double play off the bat of Ibar. And Baker has a 6-pitch third inning. Shannon, and
we're here by circle.
Somewhere back there is one of the daughters. Twins fans, you can get involved in the game, at least a telecast, and let us know who you think the Arby's value player of the game will be. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234.
Trevor's even directing his daughters right there. He's showing them what's going on.
And the daughters are listening to him to the extent we do. We just pretty much tune him out, and that looks like what happens in the Fleck family too. Ball one to Danny Valencia. He'll be followed by Nick Punto and Denard Span. And Price, who had all sorts of control issues in the first inning, had a quick second. Now misses his first 2 pitches to Valencia.
Valencia with 14 hits so far in his rookie season. 13 singles, 1 double. Knocked in a run.
3-0. Again, when the Twins moved Kadire in from the outfield to third base, that really crimped Valencia's playing time.
Take a look at this 2-0 pitch right here. Just a little low, says Jeff Nelson.
And it's high. Valencia takes a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, third walk of the ball game for Price.
And now Nick Punto will hit next. You can ask a question of us or send a comment to us at carsoup.com/baseball. Joel W., who does not want to reveal his full name.
Well, so we shouldn't answer him.
Okay. No, he's from Bloomington, and he wonders which American League pitcher should start the All-Star game.
Well, I said it in the Jeep Scouting Report. I think this guy is right here. David Price.
It'd be hard to come up with anybody else when Price leads the league in wins and earned run average.
Well, CC Sabathia has won 6 in a row, but yeah, that's the Yankees. I'd rather see a Ray start a game than the Yankees.
And I would imagine whoever it is, the mound opponent would be Ubaldo Jimenez of the Rockies.
That's why I was pulling for Carl Pavano last night. You know, if he could have got that win, that's 10 wins right there. I mean, you know, you're going to get maybe 2 more starts.
1-1 to Punto. And a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Well, Punto, a switch hitter, hitting as a right-handed hitter, 288. As a left-handed hitter, 244.
Lifted foul. Tomorrow it's a mid-afternoon game, and it looks as if J.J. Hardy will be the starting shortstop for the Twins. And then the Twins will have to make a move to allow for Hardy to come off the disabled list. And Ron Gardner strongly hinted again this afternoon with the media that Matt Tolbert is not doing well with his injured finger and might be headed for the disabled list. Pop foul back into the seats. Now, what that does to Punto, of course, is take him out of the shortstop position on a regular basis. He'll still see some time there, but we might see Punto be kind of a utility guy with Tolbert on the disabled list, second, short, and third.
Yeah, I mean, Orlando Hudson's going to need some time off. J.J. Hardy, he's not going to come back and play every day. You know, over at third base, if Tomey gets some at-bats, Kadire may move in to keep Kubel out there. There's a lot of different options when you have a guy like Nick Punto that can play really anywhere.
Time called, a big gust of wind swirled around home plate. 1-2 to Punto.
You know, we sit up here in the booth, but when I go down for the instructional, always amazed at the breeze that is actually down on the playing field. You know, we sit up here and we don't get much wind, but down on the field there's a lot of wind.
And Punto takes a close pitch.
I meant the flag type wind.
3-2. Sometimes a sports announcer is best defined by what he doesn't say rather than what he says.
That's why I said it.
Valencia goes, and Punto dribbles it up the line, and it'll stay foul. They're saying the wind is from the south at 19 to 26 miles per hour. Tonight, after the game, while you're watching the Twins postgame show, you can also view the entire fireworks show live from Target Field on the internet at foxsportsnorth.com.
I'm looking forward to seeing the fireworks. I bet you it'll be one heck of a display.
Pretty much everything the Twins have done with this ballpark has been done first class, and I'm sure that'll be the case with the fireworks show too.
Well, Gardy sending Valencia right there on a 3-2 pitch. See if they send him again right here. Get one of those middle infielders moving a little bit. Open up a gap.
Valencia goes. Pitch grounded to the right side.
Wrong guy moved.
Safe. Rodriguez got a little greedy trying to get the lead runner. And everybody's safe.
Well, Brignac right there, the shortstop, is talking to Tim Cheater right now saying, hey, I got the bag. Here comes Joe Madden, the manager, but Rodriguez feels it. And then the throw over, you can see he's saying that, you know, hey, how much of the bag do I have to get?
The umpire in question is Alfonso Marquez, who was the umpire in question at third base last night. So now the Twins have runners at first and second, nobody out. Might have caught a break. They need to take advantage of it. They still don't have a hit. 3 walks, and now on a fielder's choice, a runner reaches. Here's Marquez's call at third base last night.
Yeah, Marquez saying that Michael Kadire did not touch Kelly Shopik, and that led to the ejection of Ron Gardenhire. Second time Gardy's been ejected this year, and his 49th in his career as manager.
He's only got another, what, 700-800 to go to catch Bobby Cox. Corner infielders are up here for Span.
You know what helped make that play is on 3 and 2, they did send the runner, and Valencia got right on top of the bag. So a fielder's choice for Nick Punto.
Span takes down and away, ball 1. First time through the order, Twins don't have a hit, yet they've had 4 base runners.
Well, thanks to 3 walks and a fielder's choice.
Span walked, got as far as second base in the first inning.
Span leading the club with sacrifices with 4. Make it 5.
Price with a low throw. He nearly threw it into the base path and right into Span's feet. It's a sacrifice advancing 2 men into scoring position.
Yeah, good bunt right there. You bunt it toward third base. Make Longoria at least come in, but it's Price, the pitcher, that feels the ball, spins, and then throws it low over to Rodriguez, who is covering first.
Hey, back in your day when you were bunting and you said you were a pretty good bunter, did it make any difference where you dropped the bunt down if you had a left-handed throwing first baseman?
You mean with the runners at first and third?
Right. In this situation, because Pena, he's a Gold Glove first baseman, and he's a left-handed thrower, which makes it easier for him to throw to other bases.
On that play, what you want to do is what Span did. Bunt it toward, the third base side of the field. Because you want to bring in Longoria, the third base, and make him field it, and that leaves third base open for the runner at second, Valencia, to just walk to third if he wanted to.
Hudson checks his swing, and Shopik blocks it in front of the plate.
Well, we just went to New York. Keith Hernandez is one of the best of them. He would come in almost on your throat when you're bunting. Nice block right there by Shopik, going to his knees, and then that ball kind of rolled up his chest protector.
1-0 to Hudson. Middle infielders playing back here. They'll concede the tying run on a ground ball hit past the mound. Hudson lifts it foul, out of play, 1-1. Twins had a chance in the first inning when the inning started with a pair of walks. And then Mauer and Morneau between them made 3 outs, a strikeout and a ground ball double play. This would be a good spot for the Twins' first hit.
Yes.
Two and 1.
Yeah, David Price has actually been all over the place. 47 pitches, only 24 strikes. He's walked 3. Does have a couple strikeouts.
Very high, almost to the backstop, and it's 3-1. There have been some close pitches that haven't been called, but he's had quite a few of those, too, that are nowhere near the strike zone.
Yeah, 6 3-ball counts to the first 11 hitters now that he has faced. Well, that has brought that pitch count up.
Three and 1 to Hudson. Might have swung a ball 4. 3-2.
This is where Price needs a strikeout right here. Hudson wants to put the ball in play, get the ball by the pitcher. That's, the worst he could do. Don't hit it to Pena or Longoria. But as a pitcher right here, I dropped the hammer on him right here. I have first base open. And the hammer meaning the curveball. See what Price does.
Bounce to short. Valencia. There's going to be a play at the plate, and Valencia is out. So they played the infield back, and Brignac got the second hop and fired home 2 away.
Yeah, Hudson hit that ball very sharply right there. And Brignac on that big hop makes a very nice throw to Kelly Shopik, the catcher. And Valencia taking off right here. And Brignac right on the money. And Shopik doing what Joe Mauer did last night to Matt Joyce. Just protecting the plate and not allowing Valencia to get to the plate.
Well, look at Shopik close the glove and then use his throwing hand to pinch the glove together to make sure that the ball wouldn't get knocked out. Well, now a big at bat here for Mauer as the Twins were given a bit of a gift in the call at second base. And now there are 2 outs, runners on the corners, and Mauer at the plate. Struck out his first time up. Outside ball 1. Eleven batters faced. 3 walks, a couple of fielders' choices, a sacrifice bunt, and a couple of strikeouts. Nothing has been hit hard. Although Morneau hit his ground ball fairly hard to end the first inning. One and 0. Unless my ears are deceiving me, I think you viewers at home too can hear Price grunt when he pitches.
Nolan Ryan was one of the best grunters.
But by Wednesday at the fantasy camp, we got a lot of guys when they pitch who grunt.
I think that was out of pain.
See what Mauer can, what he'll get here and how he can handle a 2-0 pitch with the tying run at third. 3-0, and Morneau on deck. It has been a struggle with more balls than strikes so far for David Price. Three and 1. Little get me over fastball at 97 miles per hour.
Yeah, Joe right there. I mean, he took it. You can see the pitches, 23 in the first, only 6 in the second. 25 so far here. I mean, what he throws 3-0, he's probably going to throw 3-1. So see if Joe's looking for a fastball.
Pops it up.
Get out of here.
Near the tarp. And out of play. 3 and 2.
That's a good thing because that would have been an out in Oakland.
Last night, Carl Pavano and Jeff Neiman started the game. They were among the league leaders in fewest pitches thrown per inning. And Price not on that list. He is facing his 12th batter, and he's already thrown 55 pitches. Full count with 2 gone. Hudson will take off from first base. And Mauer drives it to center. Great leaping catch by Zobrist. A slicing line drive, and Zobrist speared it.
What a great catch right here. Wow. Carl Crawford went back a couple times to get balls that normal left fielders don't do. But here tonight, Joe Mauer hitting it sharply, but Ben Zobrist making a great catch, leaping high and coming down with it.
So if you're wondering why Joe Mauer's hitting 300 rather than 330, it's been a lot of that for Joe. He's hit line drives to the outfield and hasn't had much to show for it. That a key catch by the center fielder Zobrist with runners at first and third. Hudson was off with the pitch. That gets over his head. A couple runs are going to score, and Morneau's still hitting. Here's Matt Joyce, called out on strikes in the first inning. 1-0. A towering pop-up left side of the infield. Punto with the grab, 1 away. Kelly Shopping will hit next. Our Grand Casino story of the game. Pair of doubles in the first inning for the only run for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Carl Crawford one out double, then Evan Longoria an RBI double. 3 doubles of the 4 hits that Baker has allowed. And David Price has thrown a lot of pitches, 56 pitches in the first 3 innings, but Twins still looking for their first hit.
Shopping popped up to Hudson with a couple of men aboard in the first inning. Strike 1.
Shopping signing as a free agent by the Rays over the winter. 2 years ago with the Indians when Victor Martinez got hurt, Shopping had a career year. He hit .261, played 112 ball games, 21 home runs, drove in 55 runs. Last year he hit only .214 for the Indians.
And over for a strike 1 and 2. The Indians feel that they've finally settled on somebody who's going to be their catcher for the next several years. Carlos Santana. Lou Marson had the job early and was sent down. Up high, 2 and 2.
I don't know why the Rangers went out and got Benjamin Molina. They had a couple youngsters.
Taylor Teagarden, Jared Saltalamacchia. And they both struggled, and Saltalamacchia developed the yips, throwing the ball back to the pitcher. Shopping strikes out, and Baker has a couple of outs here in the 4th.
Well, Baker picking up his 4th strikeout. Good breaking ball down. That's a breaking ball that he struck out 3 starts ago with the against the Rockies.
AT&T trivia question: who's the only pitcher to strike out 200 batters for the Rays in a season? Just going to take a shot at this one, Scott Kazmir.
I'll let you know once I look at the media guide, find out what page that's on.
1-0 to Pena, and a pop-up should reach the seats, and does. 1-1. Baker's given up 4 hits, 3 doubles. A couple of them came consecutively in the first inning.
Well, that average down to 198 for Carlos Pena, but still 16 home runs, 50 runs driven in.
Both he and Mark Teixeira, the home run leaders in the American League a year ago, are having poor first halves. Called strike 1 and 2. Blue Jays beat Teixeira and the Yankees today, 6-1. So the Rays know if they can win this ball game, they'll be just a game out of first. That's hit well to right. Cuddyer going back, makes a catch on the warning track. A 1-2-3 fourth for Scott Baker on 11 pitches. That's a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. And we want to wish everyone a safe and happy 4th of July weekend.
Sure do.
A lot of traffic, as you might expect, on the major arteries outside the Twin Cities. Justin Morneau will lead off the 4th inning for the Twins.
We have the Violas in the booth. Frankie and Kathy.
Morneau, Kadire, and Kubel here in the 4th, facing David Price. Twins still don't have a hit, but they've had a couple of opportunities to score against Price. And that's right off the end of the bat, and a spinner that'll stay foul, 1 strike. Morneau bounced into a double play, hit a hard ground ball, but Rodriguez was able to backhand it to his right. And it got Price out of a long 1st inning. That's poked foul. 2 strikes.
Well, one thing about David Price, what I've seen so far, he is just sitting on that fastball. He's throwing nothing but fastballs. He's throwing 58 pitches. I bet you 50 of them have been fastballs. Do that one good breaking ball to Joe Mauer. Well, that's about the only one I can remember of him getting it over that kind of froze Mauer. There's a slider right there.
So 1-2. Twins got a leadoff walk in the 1st, didn't score. A leadoff walk in the 3rd, and didn't score.
Well, there used to be a guy named Nolan Ryan that would throw probably 150 pitches, and 130 would be fastballs. And you can get that baby up in the upper 90s.
You know what was amazing?
Nolan got it in the hundreds. Well, there it is right there. 60 total pitches, yes, and 87% have been fastballs, 10% breaking balls. That was a grunt.
97 miles per hour. You know, I was lucky enough, I guess, to be doing this job toward the end of Nolan Ryan's career, and was able to broadcast a number of his games. 1 and 2. And a half swing gets Morneau, 1 away here in the 4th. Fox Sports North invites you to be a part of Quest Twins Live. Visit Maynard's and Excelsior next Friday to spend some time with those two people. Now, the guy on the left, who cares about, but Natalie Kane will be at Maynard's, along with Ron Coomer, to watch the Twins taking on the Tigers. A lot of great prizes to be given away. You might actually get a chance to be on TV. Here's Michael Kadire. He bounced out his first time up on the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning.
You better watch what you say up there, Bremer. I'll tell you what, I got to come up there in a couple innings, and you can't leave.
Well, it should be a fun night at Maynard's, and hopefully the Twins and Tigers will have a good series, with the Twins winning a couple of games in Detroit. Looks like Detroit's going to win tonight. They're in the top of the 9th at Comerica Park. Detroit leading 7-1. 2-0 to Kadire. Somebody I heard in the pregame show predicted Kadire was going to go deep. Wasn't me. It wasn't you.
No, I predicted last night Kadire would go deep.
It's a guy with no hair.
Oh.
Mr. Wadner.
Oh,
I like the call. Come on, get it. See?
Chopper to 3rd. Longoria fires across, and that guy at first is very good. Pena digs out a low throw. Out number 2.
Wow, 2 very good first basemen here. You know, Pena has a Rawlings Gold Glove to his credit. Justin will get one. But right here, Longoria, good sinker down, and Pena right there with those soft hands, able to get it on that first bounce. A nice play by Longoria and Pena.
Here's Jason Kubel.
Yeah, Ron Coomer, you're down there. That's a tough play for a third baseman. You know, you guys make it look so easy.
Well, for the third baseman, you're coming in full tilt because you have to on that play, especially as deep as you're going to play with Kadire hitting. But an absolutely unbelievable pick by Pena. As a first baseman, when I moved over the first, that was the toughest play, when a guy threw a sinker and it landed about 4 or 5 feet in front of you. So you got the in-between hop, and he made it look pretty easy. That's a great play by two really good young players.
Let me ask you, Ron, you played first on a play like that. We've seen Justin do it night after night. Pena right there. How do you work on that? Do you have somebody hit fungos to you?
High fly to right field.
Well, we'll get your answer after the
You do real quick. But the one thing is you want to get your face as low as you can so you're on eye level with the ball. They both do that very well.
That's a good thing you're short.
1, 2, 3, 4. Later in the ball game, Twins looking for their first hit. Go to the 5th inning. We're happy to have Twins general manager Bill Smith with us to talk about the state of affairs with the Twins. We're almost exactly at the halfway point in the season. How would you assess the first half so far?
Well, we were quick out of the gate. We played very well through the first 2 months, basically, and we've struggled here in the last few weeks, but there's still a lot of baseball left to play.
Do you think at any point in the first half the Twins have played their best baseball?
Well, we had a very good run, as they say, out of the break. We won the first 5 or 6 series that we played, and all that was good.
Bauer out of the box, fires, and Morneau has to reach across the baseline to get the throw. A dangerous play for a first baseman, but he makes it one away.
Yeah, nice defensive play right there by Mauer. He's the only one that would have been able to get this ball too far from Baker, the pitcher, to have to come in and get it. And Joe spun around and just threw a P to Justin. And a good thing, because that ball just got there a little bit before Rodriguez could get one of those legs in the way. So a nice play right there by Justin.
Rodriguez almost stepped on Morneau to make matters worse at first. One down. And here's Brignac. And Baker delivers strike one. Within the good couple of months and a disappointing June for the Twins, has your perspective about the division changed at all since opening day?
I don't think so, because I believe that we felt going in this was going to be a tough battle. The Tigers are a good club. They're a veteran club. They've got good hitting, and they've got some good pitching. The White Sox are better than a lot of people, I think, thought. But our biggest thing, we've been banged up here in the last few weeks. We need to get our guys healthy. We're expecting, I think, that J.J. Hardy may come back tomorrow, and we need to get healthy and get back on the field.
2 down, and Zobrist will come to the plate.
Well, you know what, Billy? Carl Pavano could have been a free agent, but you were able to re-sign him. He's been a nice addition to that starting staff.
Yeah, he was a great pickup for us last year. Really helped us down the stretch, helping us get to the playoffs. And we kind of targeted to bring him back. We looked at a few other starters during the offseason, but the biggest thing, he wanted to come back here, and he was a big influence on a lot of our good young pitchers last year.
Well, going into the last 3 months, Dick mentioned this is game 80 for the Twins. You got 82 left. are you looking to maybe add as far as maybe, you know, come July?
First and foremost, as I mentioned, we want to get our injured players back on the field. But there's going to be a lot of activity here over the next month leading up to the trade deadline. And then as soon as you get through the trade deadline, you're into the waiver period. And that is an extremely hectic month when basically everybody gets run through waivers. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. And if we have a chance to make this club better, we're certainly going to try and do that.
Now, you made a great trade with the Rays when you traded Jason Bartlett and Matt Garza. You know, at the beginning, it looked like, uh-oh, what did the Twins do? But Delmon Young is really maturing and coming into a great player.
Well, again, he was 21 when we made the trade, and you know, he's got so much ability, and it's wonderful to see it starting to come for him. He's grown up so much. He really came in great shape this year. He's become a great teammate. Gardy and some of the players have talked about that you know, it takes time to adjust to new environments, new managers, coaches, teammates, living in a new area. And I think, you know, after a year or so, he's made those adjustments and he's having a big year.
Fouled away off the bat of Zobrist again, still 1-2. You mentioned that the trading deadline comes up at the end of this month. So between now and the next 4 weeks, there'll be probably 10 rumors for every trade that'll actually be made.
I think you're light. There'll be more than 10.
Well, the Twins, of course, have been brought into the discussion, the debate regarding some pretty high-profile guys, and we'll ask you about that. Well, we have time right now. Do you have an interest, an expressed interest in Cliff Lee?
And we're not allowed to talk about any other organization's players, as you well know, Dick.
I have to ask the question because that's what the fans want to know.
Well, unfortunately, we're not allowed to talk about any other team's players. And, you know, there's a lot of work left to do between now and July 31st. And, you know, we'll certainly have our guys out, and we'll be gathering opinions and seeing if we can make this club better.
Well, what's nice about this new ballpark, Billy, is that, you know, I mean, the payroll has gone up. I mean, almost $100 million. Baker getting a strikeout of 6 of the game, and we'll continue the conversation with Billy Smith when we come back.
Welcome back to beautiful Target Field. I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski in the Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle with $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Viola here. Bert, she's from Ivanhoe, Minnesota. She's here with 18 family celebrating her 95th birthday. How about that? She watches every Twins game from home. And one of her fondest memories, watching your very first start here in Minnesota when you were 19 years of age.
I'll tell her thank you very much and happy birthday to you, young lady. Oh, look at that smile. Very nice.
And Ivanhoe, Minnesota, just off of Highway 75 in the western part of the state, just about due west here. Just, well, it's almost on the shores of Hawks Nest Lake, a little bit north of Lake Benton, south of Canby. 2-1 to Delman Young. Bouncer to short. One away.
You know, one thing, Billy Smith, Billy Smith, general manager for the Twins, up here with us, nice enough to spend another half inning with us. But the Twins bullpen has done a great job.
Yeah, we've really had a good run out there. A couple of young guys, Alex Burnett, Brian Dunsing, have come in and done good work out there. We've got some veteran guys. John Roush, you can't say enough good things about what he's done for us here in the first few months. Matt Guerrier is always a good one, and you know, we've had success out there. Jesse Crane has pitched better in the last couple of days.
Valencia to the corner and foul. And for their first hit, Valencia almost dropped an extra base hit into the corner.
Well, you know what? With the starting staff going deeper into their ball games, and you know that kind of takes a lot of wear and tear off of that bullpen.
No question. You know, when your bullpen gets banged up and they have to pitch too many innings, you know, it's usually because the starters haven't pitched enough innings. So it's, you know, one feeds off the other. When your starters get going well and they can give your bullpen those days off and give them, you know, the break they need, then the bullpen's fresh. They come in and they can do their job. We got a lot of good relief last night out of our bullpen.
Oh, yes. Excellent.
One strike to Valencia. A called strike, 0-2.
Now, before the last inning, I was mentioning about this capacity crowd night after night. 40,000 people, beautiful ballpark. People are saying, well, there's more revenue now. The Twins can go up. But one thing the Twins have always done, Billy Smith, is you guys have protected the farm system.
Valencia gets the first Twins hit, a sharp single to left. And the leadoff man is on. Excuse me, one out. Valencia getting a hit. He's reached both times against David Trice.
There's a lot of pieces to the pie out there, but you're not going to throw away the whole pie.
Well, a couple of things. One, our ownership has always asked us to operate responsibly. And whether that's in the Metrodome with the Metrodome revenues or here at Target Field, we have the benefit of increased revenues. Our current payroll reflects that. We were able to add Orlando Hudson and J.J. Hardy and Jim Thome and bring back Carl Pavano, and all those were good moves for us. But the lifeblood of our organization, we want it to continue to be scouting and player development. And that's going to be important for us going forward.
Punto flips the first pitch foul, one strike.
I know Wilson Ramos, his name is kind of thrown out on every possible move the Twins may make to make themselves better the last 3 months.
Well, he's a tremendous talent, and there's a good reason that his name is thrown out there. But we're not going to give away our prospects. We need to protect that, and you know we're not going to be afraid to make a move that will help our ball club. But again, scouting and player development is going to always be a key thing for us.
Bouncer right side, Rodriguez to Brignac, and this time they get the double play. They misfired trying to get two with Punto's last at bat, but here he bounces into a double play. And with that, we thank General Manager Bill Smith for what was a pretty quick fifth inning.
Very nice. Thank you. My pleasure.
Forecast is brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. I'm Kate Bilo. Windy and hot with clouds and sunshine and a first pitch temperature of 89 degrees.
There are some clouds. I think the first ones we've seen since this homestand started. Almost halfway through the season. And this is the middle game, I guess, of the home schedule. Twins have already played 40 here, and after today, they'll play 40 more here. And Scott Baker doing a nice job after some rough times in the first couple innings. He's faced the minimum number of batters in innings 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, he left some pitches up to Crawford and into Longoria, but really since the first inning, he's settled down very nicely. He's doing his job, and that's keeping the club in the game. David Price 5 shutout innings, but his pitch count right around 80s in 5 innings.
Crawford 6 for 8 in this series. And now 1-2. Could have had more time with Bill Smith and discussed a wide range of topics, but Crawford being in the box triggers the thought, with me at least, that the Rays were in the same situation with Crawford as the Twins were with Joe Mauer. Mauer's ready to enter the last year of his deal, and they got an extension done. A big contract signed by Mauer in spring training. Crawford, it looks like, is playing his last year with the Rays. Baker strikes him out. One away in the 6th.
Yeah, strikeout number 7. Good breaking ball right there. That becomes almost a changeup, and Crawford way out front.
3 months down, 3 to go in the 2010 inaugural season here at Target Field. Not out of the question to be thinking about year 2. Step into the Twins on deck circle and get priority seating for season tickets in 2011. For a minimal deposit, you can put yourself in line for all the different season ticket plans available. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com for all the details on the Twins on deck circle, the list, if you will, for next season's season tickets. 1-1 to Longoria. Crawford picking a nice time to have in perhaps his finest year. He will be a free agent after this season. Missing inside, 2-1.
Up until the Rays get a new stadium like the Twins did, their payroll, can't really go much higher. They cannot sign a Carl Crawford. That's what's sad.
The money that the Yankees were rumored to be stockpiling to sign Joe Mauer, they instead might be stockpiling to sign Crawford. It would seem to be a good fit. The Yankees have kind of an aging outfield. Brett Gardner having a great year. He may end up going to the All-Star game, but the Yankees would appear to be one of the few teams that Crawford might land with. It's going to be an expensive contract, and one that, as you said, that probably is out of the reach of the Tampa Bay franchise. 2-2 to Longoria. On the right field line, and Kadire sprinting toward the stands. It's back into the seats.
Yeah, everything's been away right there. Baker tried to sneak that fastball by him. Last time up, I mentioned Longoria, and Ron Coomer was down there. We're talking about how he likes that ball in to try to pull that ball. So let's see if Baker continues to work Longoria outer half of the plate.
2 big doubles for Longoria, who had been struggling. One that drove in the tying run last night, and one earlier tonight that's driven in the only run so far. 3-2. Tigers beat Seattle 7-1, so the Tigers now a half game behind the Twins. Willie Ibar will hit next for the Rays. Still raining in Texas between the White Sox and Rangers. Haven't gotten that one started. Now to right center field, and Kadire trots after it.
Good pitch, down and away.
2 down. Did you find the answer in the media guide?
Yes, I did, and you were right.
Was it Scott Kazmir?
Yeah, Scott Kazmir. It's on page 246 of the media guide for the Rays. 239 strikeouts in 2007. Matt Garza last year had 189 at second place.
Your single season high water mark was how many? You remember?
250 something.
Okay.
I think 252. I think. Yeah, somewhere like that. 253.
And do I remember right the total in your career? 3,701.
Yeah, that last one. That was a tough one.
Remember.
No, that's fifth on the all-time list. So that's very nice.
I remember I was with Harmon Killebrew once, and somebody asked him, "What do you remember about your last home run?" He says, "I don't remember it because I didn't know it was my last home run." Probably the same with your strikeout, right?
Yeah. I was hoping it wasn't going to be my last.
2-1 to Ibar. It's a 1-0 game here. Crawford and Longoria hit doubles in the first inning to push across the first run. Meanwhile, the Twins have been limited to just one hit so far against David Price. And that's walloped to right, and Kadair plays it on a hop. 2 down, and Ibar's aboard.
Yeah, first hit Baker is allowed in over the last 3 innings. He gave up a base hit to Crawford in the third.
258 is the number we're told by the truck. Your season high in strikeouts.
There's 5 more than I thought. 1973. That's when I know I pitched 325 innings that year in 40 starts.
Wait a minute. 325 innings?
Mm-hmm. In 40 starts. Average, how many innings is that a start? Average.
Oh, man, you're asking me to do math? It's a holiday weekend.
That's over 8 innings a start. That's where men were men. I wanted to play winter ball that year.
Just kind of made me wince to think I was a junior in high school that year.
So was I. For the 5th year in a row.
One strike to Matt Joyce. He is struck out and popped to short. And now a ball 1-1.
Well, Baker had 89 pitches, 59 have been strikes. Again, he's usually, every 10 pitches he'll throw 7 strikes. Always around the plate. No walks in a ball game for Baker, 7 strikeouts.
Hudson snags it, sets and fires. Inning over. Good 6th for Scott Baker. In fact, 6 good innings for Scott Baker. Coors Light Freeze Cam.
Well, right here, the throw right there ends up getting Valencia at home plate. And Zobrist making a great catch off the bat of Joe Mauer. Some good defensive plays by the Rays here tonight.
All of that happened in the third inning. The Twins' best chance to score. And they'll try to get something going here in the sixth. The Frostbrewed Coors Light Freeze Cam. Span will lead things off. He walked in the first, got as far as second base. Dropped down a nice sacrifice in the third. Price starts the sixth inning with 78 pitches, and he starts Span with a breaking ball for strike one.
Yeah, there's that big curveball right there.
Twins knew there was going to be a tough series, particularly when the pitching matchups were announced. Strike two to Span. Jeff Neiman and David Price have been the top two starters for an awfully good pitching staff. Twins got 4 runs last night in a loss. So far, haven't scored against Price. Just off the plate, 1 and 2.
Yeah, the pitching staff for the Rays combined 3.57 earned run average. That's best in the American League. Twins come into play tonight, third best in the American League, combined 3.89.
Just missing the outside corner again. It's 2 and 2. Strikes out with an awkward swing, 1 down.
Well, Price was persistent until he hit that corner down and away, and he picks up a strikeout.
And for the Quest high-speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet.
Well, David Price has clocked as high as 99. Scott Baker at 94. Two guys that can throw that baseball.
Beautiful night here in Minneapolis. Throughout the upper Midwest. Hudson at the plate. Walked in the first. Ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded by Brignac. Great play by the Tampa Bay shortstop. Out number 2.
Well, we've seen Brignac make some nice plays. That throw home in the third inning. Getting Valencia trying to score. And right there, having to go to his right, sets. An off-balance throw has something on it to get to Speedy Hudson.
Stretched by Pena. Price fired up. 2 down, and here's Mauer. So the Rays won a 1-run ball game last night, largely because of their athleticism and defense. Now here tonight, it's a 1-0 ball game because of Zobrist's catch in center. Brignac with a couple of nice plays. This team that was the story of baseball in the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season, with how good and young they were, and they've showed off both qualities here in this series already. 2-0 to Mauer. One hopper hit to Brignac, and Price has a 1-2-3 6th inning. A nothing game.
Well, Carl Crawford continuing to swing a good bat against the Twins. That sinking line drive, Delman Young couldn't get to, but then the next hitter, an RBI double by Evan Longoria. David Price struggled a little bit early. He threw 23 pitches in the first, 27 in the third, but the other 4 innings have been outstanding. And Scott Baker has really settled down since giving up that run in the first inning. He's starting his 7th inning of work with no walks and 7 strikeouts.
So Baker will go after Shopping, Pena, and Rodriguez here in the 7th, starting the inning with 89 pitches. Important for Baker to get as deep into the game as he can. As Ron Gardenhire today about Brian Dunsing, the lefty who was asked to finish the ball game last night, pitching in 3 days in a row, and it was a high pop-up behind third. Valencia called off by Punto, 1 away. So a quick first out here in the 7th, and Ron Gardenhire knew what direction I was headed with the question, and he said, no, it's Matt Guerrero they're the most concerned about. They'd really like to get through the game without using Matt. And everybody got used last night. So here's Baker getting some important outs in the 7th inning. 1 down, and here's Pena. Pounded foul, 1 strike. Pena with a bouncer to second. And a fly to right, 0 for 7 in the series. Earlier this year, he passed Aubrey Huff in the franchise home run list. He's now #1 in Rays history. And Baker clips the corner, 0-2.
A good fastball inside.
Ground ball hit to Hudson in short right field. Pena retired, 2 down. And that'll bring up Sean Rodriguez. The Minnesota Twins youth training camps are back in 2010, and they include the chance to play at Target Field. Training camp's mission is to bring quality baseball and softball instruction to the kids in Twins territory. For all the dates and locations, log on to twinsbaseball.com and register for a Twins training camp near you. 2 gone, and here's Rodriguez. And there is strike 1. Well, Baker's obviously pitched well enough to win a ball game here tonight. It's just he's pitching on a night when the Twins haven't scored any runs yet.
Not yet. That's the main thing. You keep that club, within distance, and hopefully good things will happen late in the ball game.
He's got a chance to take care of Rodriguez here and finish 7 innings on less than 100 pitches.
Baker always does a good job of getting strike 1. 26 batters, 18 first pitch strikes.
2 out single, second hit for Rodriguez. And that'll get the #9 hitter, Reed Brignac. Brignac has struck out twice against Baker tonight. Still weather issues in Arlington, Texas. They can't get that White Sox Ranger game started. Yeah, I guess reading between the lines what you were saying before, you think it's a pretty shrewd move for the Rangers to have gotten Benji Molina?
Yeah, I think it is. He's a veteran. He was hitting okay with the Giants, not like he can. And I know Tim Lincecum, the pitcher that's won 2 Cy Young awards, he said, I wouldn't have been able to win the awards without a Benji Molina. He called a great game behind the plate. Rangers have a great offensive ball club, but they were looking for someone to handle a very young staff, and Benji Molina, I think it might be the answer to that.
1 strike to Brignac.
They're playing great baseball there. Down in Arlington, good fastball up and in.
If they win, if they play and win tonight, they and the Yankees will have the best record in the major leagues. 48-31. 2 strikes to the number 9 hitter. 1-2.
He tried to go back in with another high fastball. Last time up, he struck him out on that little breaking ball down and in. Baker with 7 strikeouts in a ball game. Allowed only 6 hits. This will be pitch number 100. Baker's had only 1 3-ball count here tonight. Again, a guy that does attack the strike zone.
One and 2 to Reed Brignac. And not quite yet. Now the 1-2. A look over to Rodriguez at first.
Yeah, Rodriguez has 6 stolen bases in 8 attempts. A lot of times those calls right there come from the bench. Steve Little trying to pick up the signs from the third base coach Tom Cole for the Rays. There, breaking ball.
And Brignac will run to first. Mauer's throw not in time, and now the other runner will move to third. So on a strikeout, the inning is extended. The ball skipping by Mauer, going all the way to the net. And then Mauer throwing to first, and alertly scampering to third is Rodriguez.
Yeah, that ball bouncing behind Joe Mauer. Watch a breaking ball down and in, gets away from Joe. Joe goes to get it, but it had a lot of spin on it. By the time he could get that throw over to Justin, good base running by Rodriguez, not stopping on that, and moved all the way to third. So it'll be a strikeout wild pitch charged to Baker.
So now kind of a dicey situation here with Zobrist, who has struck out twice and bounced out. But he reached 4 times last night, and he's been one of their hotter hitters. And after the strikeout of Brignac, the Rays get an extra out because of the wild pitch. Popped up. And Punto on the outfield grass. Lost it, I think, for a while, and found it. And that's the third out. And no damage done. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica.
It's from God bless.
And every large soft drink comes in a Justin Morneau cup. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today to take advantage of special summer savings on Toyota's full lineup of dependable vehicles. And by Quest high-speed internet, get blazing fast speeds that won't burn up your wallet. You can have your own version of Minnie and Paul. Target Field on July 4th. It's a 1 o'clock start against the Rays. And for the first 10,000 fans, a Minnie and Paul bobblehead. So if you have a ticket, get here early. Make sure you're among the first 10,000. Go to twinsbaseball.com and check out availability of tickets for the Rays series and the rest of this 2010 regular season.
Oh, Ron Gardenhire, Rick Anderson coming over and telling Scott Baker he is done for the night. Great job by Baker. Gave up that run in the first inning, and the starter's job is to try to keep the game close, and he's able to do that. 1-0 ball game. 8 strikeouts, no walks in the ball game. 101 pitches, 71 for strikes for Baker.
Jesse Crane warming up. And what the Twins would love to do is give Baker a couple of runs and give him a chance to even his record at 7-7. Morneau, Kadire, and Kubel to face David Price, who still has given up the 1 hit, and that to Danny Valencia.
Yeah, what the Twins have allowed Price to do, and he's done a good job of attacking the strike zone. He threw 23 in the first, 6 in the second, 27, but in the last 3 innings, 13, 9, and 9. And that pitch count right now at 88 pitches. Nice slide right there.
I think he let the hop play him.
Yep.
So 1 strike to Morneau. Justin hit a hard ground ball in the first inning that the Rays turned into a double play. Then he struck out on a half swing in the 4th.
You see a lot of pitches in the first 3 innings, and then the last 3 only 31.
Just outside, 2-1. Twins have taken a couple of leadoff walks in innings 1 and 3. They had a great chance to score in the 3rd. But a couple of nice defensive plays by the Rays choked out the rally. It looks like the wind blew something into Morneau's eyes. It's really gusting in to the open end of the ballpark in right field. Slow breaking ball, and Morneau lifted it foul. Isn't it nice to see the flag moving in the breeze as opposed to just hanging limp as it was in the Metrodome?
Just a beautiful stadium, beautiful outdoor stadium.
Morneau, a hard ground ball, fielded by Rodriguez, 1 away. And that'll bring up Michael Kadire. Twins will face this Rays starting rotation, which is a very good one. Everyone in the rotation except Matt Garza, who pitched on Wednesday and pitched well. Kadire with a couple of ground balls to the left side. 1 to short, 1 to third. Tried to tie the game, but came up empty. 1 strike.
They started Kadire off with that curveball.
And another one. And another swing and a miss. Coming off a game where he struck out a career high tying 11, and he hasn't struck out many guys here. What, 4, I guess? 4 strikeouts, but a lot of ground ball outs.
Right.
1 and 2. Now 1 and 3.
Now strikeout number 5 in the ball game for Price. Good high fastball right here. Kadire swinging through it.
So 2 down, and here's Jason Kubel. A couple of outfield flies for Kubel. One to center, one to right. With the left-hander starting, the Twins breaking up the 3 lefties that hit in succession last night. Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. Kadair hitting between Morneau and Kubel. Kubel takes low, ball 1. A rifle shot to center. And Kubel is aboard with 2 out in the second.
Yeah, second hit for the Twins. Danny Valencia got a base hit in the 5th with 1 out, and Kubel got a fastball and hit it right back up the middle. Our Coors Light blast from last night's ballgame. Delman Young got a breaking ball up from Jeff Neiman and hit a solo home run that tied the game at 3 apiece.
Delman with 2 at-bats here, a strikeout in the second, and a ground ball to short. A couple of big hits against the Rays last night, hoping for another big hit here tonight. Breaking ball over for strike 1. This will be Price's 100th pitch. To left center field. All the way to the wall. Kubel rounding second. On his way to third. They're waving him home. Here's the throw to the plate. Delman Young does it again. And now he'll run for third. And the Twins have tied the game.
Price threw a curveball against strike 1, and then he tried to get that fastball by past Delman Young, and he jumped all over it. That'd have been a changeup right there. Delman, anyway, hitting the ball sharply, rolling all the way to the wall, and that allows Jason Kubel to come in. Good bounce right there. Zobrist gets it back in quickly, and Brignac, the shortstop's throw was toward the first base side, and Kubel scoring the tying run. And that ball getting away. So that will allow Delman to go to third.
The way the Rays have played in the field, I expected Brignac's throw to be right on the money here. Yeah. Look at this.
Watch Brignac right here. He kind of held on to that ball a little bit too much, and he got away from Shopik. And an error will be charged to Brignac to allow Young to go from second to third.
Valencia got the first Twins hit. He's reached both times against Price. And the Twins getting a big hit from Delman Young to tie this thing up with 2 out in the 7th. No activity in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Valencia singled sharply to left. And now to center field. He puts the Twins in front. Valencia with an RBI hit. 3 straight hits with 2 out, and the Twins have their first lead.
Well, one thing again I mentioned earlier, Valencia, even though he hasn't been playing, take a lot of extra batting practice. Working with Joe Vavra, gets a big hit right there, his second of the ball game, driving in just his second major league run.
A 2-out ambush for the Twins. Kubel's single, Young's double, Valencia's single, all in about, 4 or 5 pitches. And just like that, the Twins have a 1-run lead.
That's why, as a starting pitcher, you give up a run in the first inning, and then you put zeros on the board. Keep your club in the game, and that's what Baker was able to do.
Punto got a pitch up and in, fouled it to the net.
How many times did we see Brad Radke do that? Give up 1 or 2 and then zeros after that. And you hope that your club can score some runs for you. And Baker's out of the ball game. 7 very good innings, but right now he's a pitcher of record.
Punto takes a called strike with a breaking ball, 0-2. The ball away from Price, rolling toward Longoria, but no chance for Valencia to advance.
That's why it's so hard to pitch a shutout at this level or any level. You appreciate what Carl Pavano did against the Mets, that win against them where he shut the door and pitched that shutout.
Dunsing only threw 2 pitches last night, and he's warming up to compliment Crane down in the bullpen. And now Punto punches it to left. Crawford with a great jump and a great catch. He can cover the ground. The Twins get a single, double, and a single, all with 2 out to take a lead.
You never know when he gets thrown out of a ball game. You know, he becomes a fan. So Barty lookalikes. The guy on the right there, that could be his brother.
That's pretty much, I think, Alfonso Marquez's view last night as Gardy was getting ready to get tossed. So the Twins have a lead now. And of course, the Rays came back in the 9th on the Twins. Delman Young with another big hit against his former team. And now Brian Dunsing comes in to try to get Carl Crawford. Crawford shows bunt and takes a ball.
Yeah, 4th straight day for Dunsing to come out of the bullpen, taking his 34th relief appearance. I think he mentioned only 2 pitches yesterday, but you know, you got to warm up, you got to get up, and all that stuff. But Dunsing has been pitching outstanding out of that bullpen.
And he faced Crawford last night, retired him on a ground ball to first on a couple of pitches. He may have hung a breaking pitch there that Crawford simply missed. 1-1. And that stung Mauer, a foul tip. 1-2. Jeff Nelson will brush off home plate.
Well, that foul tip right there off the glove, then off the mask of Mauer. Catchers do take a beating.
One and 2 to Crawford. And Dunsing gets his man.
Good fastball right there by Dunsing after a couple breaking balls. And Crawford swings at a high fastball. But a good fastball right there. Had some giddy up on it.
Of course, this is the 8th inning. This is where Matt Guerrero would typically be pitching for the Twins. But again, the manager expressed a strong desire to keep Matt out of the game. tonight. Give him a day and hopefully have a lead to protect in the remaining games of this series. 1-0. Longoria doubled in the run for Tampa Bay back in the first inning. Since then, a couple of flies to Kadire and right. Two and 0.
Again, you fall behind on a guy like this. You don't like to make a mistake inside. He's looking to drive the ball. See if Joe Mauer sits a little bit on the outer half of the plate. Make him hit the ball the other way. Good fastball. Outer half of the plate.
See the third baseman Valencia not too far from the third base line. And Dunsing lets it go. Smart play by Dunsing, knowing where his second baseman was, and Hudson turns it into an out.
Well, he fell behind 2-0, then he went to his power, and that's always for a pitcher down and away. Two good pitches right there, hitting the very good hitter, Evan Longoria.
How many times you see a pitcher deflect this ball?
Well, you know what? It's just out of his reach, and you have to believe that your middle infielders are going to be back there, especially when you have a Gold Glove type caliber like Hudson.
1-0. Ibar, a switch hitter. Got the big base hit in the 10th inning last night as a left-handed batter. And Dunsing falls behind him 2-0. Flips the corner. Ibar doesn't agree.
Another good fastball down and away. See Joe Mauer where he wants it. Good pitch.
And Ibar lost one sharply into center field. And he's aboard with a 2-out hit. It's the third inning in a row where the Rays have gotten a 2-out single.
Yeah, Ibar getting his second hit of the ball game. And for the Rays, they're 7.
Gabe Kapler is going to pinch hit for Matt Joyce. Joyce had gone 0 for 3, a strikeout, a pop-up, and a ground ball. Mauer going to the mound. Twins have had Jesse Crain warming up.
A quick trip to the mound by Joe Mauer.
And a quick trip to the mound by the manager to follow. He'll come out to the mound. And I think he's already raised the right hand. He's going to bring Jesse Crain in. Dunsing does a nice job getting Crawford and Longoria. Ibar aboard with 2 away. against the Rays begins at 3:10, and if you have tickets, get to the park early for a special pregame ceremony honoring the brave men and women of our military. Unfortunately, with the high demand for tickets here, there'll be no complimentary tickets available for current and former members of the military. Call 800-33 Twins to check out ticket availability. You're working the network telecast tomorrow with Kenny Albert, right?
Yes, I am.
On Channel 9 here locally. Jesse Crane struck out Sean Rodriguez on 3 pitches, and then his night was done last night. Here he'll come in to get the pinch hitter for the pinch hitter, John Jaso.
Yeah, Jesse Crane's done a great job. I mean, really, over the last 17 appearances, he's allowed only 2 earned runs, 1.13 earned run average. That ERA really dropping down for Jesse Crane. A couple different changes. Jaso now pinch hitting for Gabe Kapler, and then Jason Bartlett running for Ibar at first base. So Joe Madden using his bench. Jaso as a pinch hitter so far this year, just 0 for 1.
So 4 possible bench moves for Joe Madden. He uses 3 of them up here in this moment in the game. 2 pinch hitters and a pinch runner, with Crane in relief of Dunsing. Up and away, ball 1. The only bench player listed who has not played in this series at all is B.J. Upton, and he's questionable with a strained quadricep muscle. 1-0 to Jaso.
Yeah, Jaso started last night's ball game 1 for 3. Got an RBI base hit in the 4th inning.
Bartlett can steal a base. He's stolen 3 in 5 tries. Jaso of 42 hits, 11 extra base hits, 7 doubles, a triple and 3 home runs. And now up high, 2-0. Trying to patch together the 8th inning here without Matt Guerrero. Dunsing got a couple of outs. Now Crane trying to get the Twins off the field. At the knees, 2-1. All's quiet in the Tampa Bay bullpen. Looks like David Price is going to be sent out there to pitch in the 8th. Bartlett's safe. Now, you've talked about Jesse Crane's quick feet and his pickoff move.
Yeah, he's very quick feet. You know, not too many guys can do what Jesse Crane does as far as a quick feet, as far as trying to pick somebody off. Played with Kirk McCaskill with the Angels. He had that same type move that Jesse Crane has.
Up high, and it's 3-1 with Kelly Shopik on deck.
Yeah, Bernard Span out in center field playing pretty deep because they, you want to cut down that gap because Bartlett with the good speed. That's why Joe Madden put him in any type of gap type play. Kind of what happened when Delman Young hit that ball. It was Jason Kubel that scored. A dangerous couple pitches here to Jaso.
When Crane came in to get Rodriguez, he threw him 3 cutters in a row, but that was with Rodriguez, a right-handed batter, and it's been a very effective pitch for Crane against righties, and he might not be as apt to use it against a lefty.
Well, again, you go to your strength, and what you want to do right here is throw a fastball down and away, and hopefully if Jaso hits it, he'll hit it at somebody.
There's the outside corner.
Yeah, good pitch.
And it's always a good idea, but when you have played now 41 games here, and there have only been 4 opposite field home runs hit, In the late stages of the game, any reliever would do that.
Yeah, and now Justin Morneau, he's going to hold on Bartlett because of that situation with so much room out there. You don't want Bartlett to take that little extra lead if Justin played behind him.
3-2 to John Jaso. Up the middle and through for a hit. Bartlett rounds second, on his way to third. And so the Rays get a couple of 2-out hits. The Twins strung 3 of them together in the bottom of the 7th to take the lead. And now Bartlett at third with 2 away.
Well, you're down 3-1. You get the back to 3-2, and you go back to that same pitch. And, hey, credit Jaso. Good at bat right here, taking that pitch right up the middle. And Denard Span needs to make sure he catches that ball and gets it back in, and he does. So runners at the corners, 2 outs for Kelly Shopping.
Jose Majares has been warming up. In the event Shopping extends the inning, Carlos Pena is on deck. Shopping is 0 for 3. A couple of pop-ups and a strikeout. So now maybe we'll see Crane and his cutter attacking Shopping. There's one on the outside corner. Pretty good numbers against Jesse Crane, though.
Yeah, but he hasn't seen that cutter. That's what I'm hoping.
One strike. Blocked by Mauer. And the runner will go from first to second. Bartlett held at third, but now 2 runners in scoring position on a wild pitch.
Well, he went back to the breaking ball, and Joe tried to smother it right there, but it got away. And Jaso, good piece of base running, alertly going from first to second. That ball scooting away from Joe.
The Rays again, who with 2 outs in the 9th last night, got a couple of hits to tie it. Now we're putting together a 2-out rally in the 8th. 1-1 to Shopping. Slower breaking ball. And strike 2 call.
That might have been the curveball right there by Crane.
All right. What's he throwing here? Another breaking ball?
You go with that cutter right there. That's a cutter again. If you're going to go in, you have to go in off the plate. Because Shopik very strong. He might be able to break a bat and hit it over the infield. Shopik with that open stance.
1-2.
See, he's never seen that cutter. Good job, Jesse Crane.
The bottom of the 8th inning, and we've got a great post-game show. It's Quest Twins Live featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. Among the topics for discussion, the pitcher's paradise, David Price, still in the ballgame. He's been spectacular for the Tampa Bay Rays. So has Scott Baker tonight for the Twins. Baker goes 7 innings, surrendering just 1 earned run. V for victory, and that is also V for Danny Valencia, who has driven in the game go-ahead run to this point in the ballgame. Plus, we'll bring you manager Ron Gardenhire's post-game reaction from the clubhouse on Quest Twins Live. David Price still in the ballgame, Dick.
And he now is ready to take on the top of the Twins lineup. Jesse Crain getting the job done, stranding a couple of runners in the 8th.
Yeah, good job by Jesse Crain. He did give up that base hit to Jaso, but able to get the strikeout of Kelly Shopping. And David Price out there for the 8th inning, 104 pitches, 63 for strikes. Jason Bartlett, who pinch ran, stays in the ball game as Sean Rodriguez goes to right field. And Brenyak, goes from short to second.
First pitch to Span is up high because Bartlett, who pinch hit for the designated hitter, is in the game. The Rays have lost the DH for the balance of the game. Span takes down and away, ball 1.
You see Jaso now catching.
Span, Hudson, and Mauer facing Price. And a strike, 2-1. Now 2-2. Boy, Price has been very good here through the first 5 spots in the batting order. He's oddly enough had his biggest trouble with the 8th spot in the batting order. Danny Valencia, he never got him out. A walk and a pair of singles, including the go-ahead RBI hit for the Twins third base.
That one little hiccup last inning where the Twins put 3 hits together.
Span lifts it to center. Zobrist going back and making the catch. Span gives it a ride. We've seen the Tampa Bay outfield through the first 2 games play shallow, but play correctly shallow because they all seem to be able to go back.
Right. That's important because if you're an outfielder and you can't do this, go back like Zobrist or Crawford can, you play a little bit deeper. But I think the wind played a little havoc with that ball as Zobrist caught it for the first out.
Comes Hudson. 0 for 2 with a walk, had a bid for a hit taken away by Brenyak, who made a great play in the hole. Another one hit to center. And the catch made, out number 2. And that'll bring Mauer to the mound, or to the plate, with John Roush warming up in the bullpen. Mauer 0 for 3, a strikeout. Zobrist made a brilliant catch in his line drive in the 3rd inning, and then Mauer hit a ground ball to short in the 6th. We're underway in Arlington, Texas. No score, bottom of the 1st between the White Sox and Rangers. Ball 1. Detroit beats Seattle 7-1. Breaking ball that missed the inside corner. 2-0. That one taken for a strike.
Came right back with it. Most pitches that Price has thrown in a ball game, 119. That came back in the early part of May against the Oakland A's in Oakland.
Three and 1. Morneau, of course, on deck. Unless the Twins put something together here, it doesn't appear Price's ERA is going to go up today, starting at 2.44. And Mauer draws a walk.
Well, first walk since the third inning for Price, his fourth walk overall. Again, struggled in the first 3 innings, but since then, really the 7th inning when the Twins scored 2 runs for the most he's thrown, so a total of 115 pitches.
Morneau did a couple of ground balls to second. One of them turned into a double play. And driven foul over the Tampa Bay dugout. Valencia with the biggest run batted in of his year, AAA or Major Leagues. Only has one other Major League run batted in, but a big RBI single, driving in Delman Young with the second run of the 7th inning. Two strikes to Morneau. Still throwing 96 miles per hour. And now 2-2.
Well, what I've seen about David Price, I like his follow through. You know, at 6'6", he does a good job of follow as far as how he finishes throwing, releasing the ball. No recoil. Good arm extension.
And Morneau fouls another one back at 97. Cornerstone of a very good young rotation that the Rays think is just going to get better and better with more seasoning. 2-2. And Morneau flips another one foul. Mauer taking off on the pitch. Long battle here between Morneau and Price. Might be teammates at the All-Star game in a week and a half. And Morneau strikes out a foul tip. And Morneau saying the foul tip hit the dirt. To no avail. He's out. Inning is over. And John Roush will try for another save in the 9th inning. game reset. Another nail biter here against the Rays.
Hey, how about Danny Valencia? A couple hits against David Price, who only gave up 4 hits. He got the big RBI base hit in the 7th inning when the Twins were able to take that 2-1 lead. Crawford, a couple hits in the ballgame. He scored the only run for the Rays.
John Roush, who had his 2nd straight save opportunity, slipped through his fingers last night, will get right back on the bicycle tonight.
That's what the closers want to do. You know, you want to get out there as quick as possible. And he'll be facing the lower part of the lineup for the Rays, starting with Carlos Pena.
Pena struck out against Roush at the end of the 9th inning, but by then the damage had been done. Crawford got a 2-out single. Longoria 2-out double, and the Rays tied it in the 9th, won it in the 10th. 1-0 to Pena. He'll be followed by Rodriguez and Brignac. 2-0. It all started so innocently for Roush last night. He retired Bartlett quickly. He got Zobrist quickly, and then Crawford spanked a single to center. A couple pitches later, the Rays tied it up.
Yeah, the pitch to Crawford wasn't a bad pitch down and away, just hit it right up the middle, but the pitch to Longoria kind of left it middle in.
2-0 and a chopper to Morneau. Roush covers, one away.
I told you, 2 giant steps he gets over there. Roush again at 6'11", the tallest man in baseball history. Trying to pick up his 18th save.
And he's pitching in his 3rd straight night. Remember, in the finale against the Tigers, the Twins just wanted him to get an inning, and now he gets a couple of save opportunities. They tend to go in streaks. You'll go, as Roush did, a week and a half without getting one, and then they come in bunches. Rodriguez takes the strike.
Yeah, good curveball right there. Yeah, a couple days ago on Sunday, he threw 24 pitches. Last night, 22. Rodriguez with a couple hits in the ballgame.
Sharply hit. Hudson gets it in the breadbasket. 2 down. Not sure that got his glove, but he was able to stop it. 2 down.
Baseball term, they say get your face in front of it, but I think he got more than that in front of it, right in the gut.
So Roush right where he was last night in the 9th inning.
Oh, Rodriguez is hitting it sharply. That one hopper right there for the 2nd out.
Brignac. Last hope for the Rays. Twins playing very deeply in the outfield, and Morneau covering that first baseline. And there is a 2-out hit for Brignac. And here we go again.
Well, Scott Baker was able to strike out Brignac 3 times. And a lot of times you ask any pitcher, you hate to face a guy that already struck out 3 times in a ballgame, because he's on a mission. Pretty good pitch right there, just taking it right up the middle. Almost the same pitch that Crawford hit last night.
So now Roush will go after Zobrist. Roush got Zobrist to foul out to Kadire in the 9th inning last night.
Again, Zobrist 0 for 4 in the ballgame, has hit safely in 23 consecutive road games. So Roush has a chance to ruin that right here for him. Get him out.
One and 0. Ground ball and infield pop up and a couple of strikeouts for Zobrist. That kicks away from Mauer, and the tying run will go to second. Another wild pitch, 3rd of the ball game. All of them in the last 3 innings.
Yeah, Baker had one, Jesse Crain had one, now John Roush has one.
Mauer might have gotten that bounce on the wrist. So 2-0. And all Zobrist needs to do to tie the game now is get a hit to the outfield. Joe Madden hoping to pull another one out of the hat here in the ninth.
How about one of those fly ball outs?
Sacrifice fly?
Yeah, a little sacrifice fly.
Roush fell behind Pena 2-0 and got him on a ground ball to Morneau. 3-0 with a breaking pitch, and Crawford is on deck.
Well, we had a nail biter last night. We have a nail biter here again tonight. I wonder why I have no nails left.
Three and a strike. The on-deck hitter Crawford already has 6 hits in this series. And he's the guy that got the big 2-out hit last night against Roush. So Roush will go after Zobrist here. 3-1. And he'll fill first base. And Crawford will have a chance again against John Roush. And Rick Anderson's going to come to the mound to just try to calm things down a little bit.
Give Roush a little breather right here. Talk about how their attack is going to be, hopefully on Crawford. Baker was able to strike out Crawford in the 6th inning, and then Brian Dunsing struck him out in the 8th inning.
Everyone said their piece. And Roush will try to hit refresh and go after Crawford.
Just watching Rick Anderson walk back. I bet sometimes you go out there and you probably walk back with your fingers crossed. Like, boy, I hope they do what I thought they might do or have to do.
Get back in the dugout and pull your cap down low so you don't have to watch. Here's Crawford. And a breaking ball for strike 1. So he missed with some breaking balls to Zobrist, and he delivers the first pitch curve over the plate to Crawford.
Let's see if they come back with it again. Crawford's hit some pretty good fastballs so far in this series.
Bouncer to the right side. Hudson has it. And Morneau has to reach up the line for the throw. And tonight the nail biter goes to the Twins.
I guess as a first baseman, you never anticipate a good throw. And, whoa. Well, Danny Valencia, what a ball game he had. A walk in his first at bat, a base hit in the 6th, and then the RBI base hit that put the Twins up 2-1. Scoring Delman Young. He's our Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Well, as we said at the outset, Anthony, it felt like October here last night, and another playoff-style atmosphere with the Twins winning tonight.
Game certainly had playoff intensity. Minnesota squares the series. We'll take a look at a classic pitcher's duel tonight between Baker and Price. We'll hear from Gardy. We have player reaction as well. We'll take a look at how defense played a big part next on Quest Twins Live.